Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Uled Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and this morning, it is early in the morning, I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. So welcome to Uled Tea Leaf Readings. And so Virgo today, I should say, I always film in the late afternoon or in the evening. So I always say tonight. This morning, we have the Five of Wands. I know, it's not like the best card to be starting out with, but hear me out. And I am a Virgo. Let me just say, I'm also a solo Virgo. I'm an August Virgo. And when I pulled this card, I thought, really, strife? Really? A 5? Really? And then I thought, you know what? This is actually maybe a very blessed sign for us Virgos, because nobody, and I mean nobody, operates more smoothly under pressure than we do. So you know what? We're right at home. Bring it on, because we will figure it out. I have no concern. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to spin this thing, and we're going to see. We're going to see how we can dispel this energy. Get rid of that strife. Okay, let's see here. So, Virgo, I want to go ahead and tell you I love you. And thank you so much for deciding to click on this reading. It is always such a pleasure for me to be able to bring these messages to you. And we're just going to kind of turn this bowl and get a look at all the sides. Okay, so I want to start here. We have, it looks like, 1, 2, 3 people. I'm imagining an adult, 2 children. We also have this very Saturnine energy. We have, you can see the symbol of Saturn or lead right here. Down here, we have, it looks like a person running. And over here, it looks like we have a person with this almost kind of bird or halo over top of the head. Here's the head. Here's the floating bird message. It fully looks like this is a messenger. This is a messenger. This is a divinely anointed being. This is somebody who it just exudes beloved light energy. Just absolutely. What is a feeling of awe to be around them. Okay. Now, I'm also looking at this in its greater, and it looks like it reminds me of a storm. Kind of that almost like hurricane look that forms. And so I wonder if there was or has been in your life a fracturing of family. I wonder if this is like divorce or, maybe not having one of the parental figures in your life, or not very involved, or maybe like emotionally unavailable, just feeling like this person who's supposed to be raising you up, teaching you how to be a person, showing you the way, and here they are within reach, but yet somehow never able to fully connect with them, to have that kind of open dialogue, that union that we look for in those we love in our lives, right? So I feel like this dynamic, and maybe it is something like abandonment, neglect, or a feeling of not being good enough, right? And this is really, I think, quite common for us that have had difficult relationships with our caretakers, our parents and guardians and so on. So I feel like there's this real sense of being very deeply involved with whoever it is that you feel is your parent, right? It doesn't have to be your blood, biological, mother, father, but whoever it was who ended up being that person for you, grandparent, or maybe one parent or the other, aunt, uncle, maybe somebody within the family, maybe somebody outside of the family, maybe you ended up in the system to some degree. But I do feel like this could have been, your undoing in a lot of ways. This is a foundational aspect of building up who we are as a person. And I'm not going to say this is the only thing that matters. Of course it's not. And let me just also say, just as a little bit of a qualifier, because I talk about difficult things here on the channel, and I know that not everybody loves that, but I do like to share my experience, or maybe over-explain things a little bit. I have been accused of doing so in my kind of neurodivergent communicating style. But my parents, and I'm taking a little sip of water here. My parents passed away when I was young. And I was a child that came from a household of addiction, which ultimately was, what caused them to pass away. So not an easy childhood, and very much aware of, familiar with some of these feelings, right, that I feel like are coming up here. Now, for you, I feel that there is a closeness with that core family, and I'm imagining at least one other sibling. Now, I'm looking at this core family, and, sometimes you'll say, oh, my goodness, that must have been rough growing up that way. But honestly, I feel like whoever it was that ended up being that real primary parent, caretaker for you, very magical person. Very, very gifted, clairvoyant, medium, channeling, divination, magical worker, healer, probably a little bit of all of it, right? This is a person that just was in touch, or is. I don't know. It could be that they've passed away. I think sometimes when I just go with, is it present tense, past tense? It's an indicator, right? So I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe, the dynamic has maybe just changed a bit. There maybe is not exactly the closeness, or maybe this person has changed. That happens as well. But I feel like there's a lot of, and I'm just going to be real, feminine energy here. I'm wondering if, you have a sister and a mother you're very close with. It definitely has this energy of great intuition. Now you can see this child over here holding what looks like an S, but also look at the heart right here. You can see right in that area. And to me, I also see we have the wings on the head. So we have this kind of very mercurial kind of image. Now, when I say mercurial, yes, it is definitely that moodiness, right? And that's kind of what it means. Somebody who is constantly shifting in mood. But also mercurial in the sense that very flexible, very open-minded, not really stuck in any complicated need for all these identifiers, right? To be aligned with so many things, right? And that's Virgos. We are often like that. I always feel like for us, we're really good at getting along or getting to know or relating to a lot of people, but not always super stoked about aligning ourselves with any one thing. Don't put me in a box, Don't, well, here's a good example. If you have a group of friends, right, and there's a little tiff or somebody doesn't like somebody else or whatever, and this one of the people, maybe the more dominant one, right, assumes that, well, I don't like her, so my friend shouldn't like her either, right? Or we're super homies, dude. Why are you talking to that chick? No, just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean I'm gonna align myself with you. We could be best friends. I mean, listen, I have 3 people in my life that if they don't like you, you might as well not exist to me. But anybody else, right? Any of the other friends in my world. And I'm talking about my daughter. First of all, she's number 1. If my daughter doesn't like you, bro, you gotta kick rocks, okay? I don't even care if you're the mailman or if you're, somebody that I'm really good for. If my daughter doesn't give you the stamp of approval, out, right? My husband's the other one, and my best friend. I won't say your name, Mama, but I know. Yeah, you know who you is. But yeah, no. A Virgo, are you kidding me? Are we going to conform to somebody else's idea of somebody else just because? No. Absolutely not. And I don't think that we expect other people to do the same. If I don't like somebody, you probably won't even know. I mean, listen, I might say a little something, but you probably won't know. You probably won't. We're stealth like that, right? We're good at keeping it proper. So it could have been the undoing, but no. You had this wonderful person in your life. You had, probably a family extended, not the core family. That was also pretty magical. But here's the thing. I feel like as you got older, you're off into the world. I mean, you got that full fool energy. And I'm not talking poorly of our decision-making, Virgo. No. I feel like, in that college age era of your life, yeah, you were probably a lot more carefree as you evolved as a being into your older self, and as a Virgo, yeah, we can get real serious about stuff. We really are. Even beneath the fun, we like to organize, right? We like to make sure things are going as planned. So I feel like, yeah, you needed that time to kind of throw off the weight of, childhood, really, growing up. Now you're a young adult. You're out in the world. You are, figuring out what it feels like to be, at least perceive yourself as being free, carefree, maybe a little wild. And then, right, we come into being quite a being. Sorry. Oh, it's the wind. I heard something outside, you guys, and it sounded wild. We are having wind like no other. I felt so sad this morning. When I first got up, I went to go check on, we have 4 nests that are underneath one of the decks. And the house finch nest, if you've never seen a house finch, go check them on the whatever browser you use, whatever search engine you use, and look them up. They're really beautiful. They have a beautiful kind of red head, the males do. And anyways, their nest fell, and I was like, oh no. I tried to see if I could go out there and save it. I couldn't find the eggs or anything, so I just kind of moved it to the side. We'll kind of look at it maybe, my daughter and I, but the wind is just going strong, and I heard something outside. I was like, what is that out there? It sounds a bit spooky out there. All right, so anyways, we have this very spiritual being. And you know what? I thought when I saw this, maybe this is like somebody who came into your life and, maybe became like a step parent or a mentor or something. But you know what? I actually feel like this is like a circle, right? Evolving into this being that probably right now you are embodying. Very much the hermit meets the magician, meets the high priestess. This is the energy that I feel. Okay, so I believe that you are probably going through a bit of a finding myself era, cycle, chapter, if you will, in your story. Okay, so that leads me to believe that there's been some kind of rite of passage. Something has changed, something very core in your life. Okay, it could be so many things. First kid, new relationship, marriage, some kind of graduation, kids going off to school, grandkids being born, getting to that age where you're going to go post-work, maybe slow down a little bit, do just like a part-time job, whatever it is, something very core to how you're living, okay? On the precipice of a huge shift, really. And so I feel that you've leaned into your magical side. I feel like you have really, really embraced your abilities, because we do. We just are born with innate abilities. I know that there are other signs that definitely are on the same level of being kind of in touch with this deep part of self. But Virgos, for some reason, just absolutely in touch, deeply, deeply, deeply. And maybe it is because we are in that very earthen place, right? Our head is in the clouds, sky, into the infinite universe, but our feet are firmly in the dirt, on the ground, right? And so I feel that we have this security, this thing, almost like we have the fast pass or something to go into these interior places, to be very drawn to self-work. And I know it's not just Virgos, of course not, but I feel like every Virgo I meet is like on a mission to level up. There's no just kind of hanging out where I'm at, right? So let's just turn this really quick and we're going to take a look. So we have kind of a ghost here, but I feel like this is... We also have the arrow. I've been staring at this arrow. I'm like, all right, come on now. The arrows are all about love, attraction, that kind of thing. So we have the number 315 or 513 and 83 as well. Now, we also have, it feels like somebody from the past, an ex, a beloved, a lover, somebody showing back up. Now, haunting you. But I think there is a sweetness to it. This is one of those ones, right? We all have the ones that they circle back. Like you just stay in each other's orbits. Even if you have, moved on, like greatly. Maybe you've been married for like 25 years. There's still that person out there. You know what I mean? It's like a first love. It's like if you are somebody that maybe has had, times where you've had serious relationships and then you kind of broke up and you end up back with this person, you go back in between relationships. I don't have this dynamic, but I think it's pretty common, right? And it might be that it's a friend. Maybe it's like a friend that kind of shows up when they're out of a relationship, or I feel like this is a soulmate. I mean, there's no other way around it. If you're married and all of that, and you're like, well, listen, I'm married to my soulmate. It could be that it is, that you're kind of growing back together. Maybe you've had kind of a rough time the last couple years, and now you're really working towards bettering your connection. But I absolutely feel like this is somebody coming back from the past. But yeah, I think it is. And, I said, I don't have this dynamic. To be honest with you, I do have friends in my life that I have, over the years, we kind of lose touch and then we get back together as friends. And, there's always kind of an ebb and flow of things, right? So the last part of this, I want to look at this whale. Okay, so the whale is a very psychic symbol. There is a connection. If you know anything about whales, right? They can communicate, I believe, like 100 miles away. Their vocalizations are so... they're strong, right? They just travel. So they can communicate. I don't know how far it is, actually. I should look it up. But they're connected with their pod, with each other. And so when that comes up, it tells me that there is kind of the arrival of a very strong psychic connection. I'm looking. How far can whales communicate with each other? Spanning thousands of miles? Okay, so apparently thousands of miles. So there you go. Intensely strong. Now, symbolically, looking at this as being psychic connection. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this person is also long distance from you. And we have the name Steve. The name Steve came up. Okay, over here we have the letters T, K. TK. We also have the number 1. Oh, the house. Okay. Ooh, arguing. Okay, so we have arguing. I am sighing in the deepest part of my brain. Okay, my daughter's she's 4. She's almost 5. She is so bossy, just like I am, right? I am probably, so I'm like about 5 foot, and I definitely have a bit of a Napoleon complex, which I've said before in my reading. So I am not unaware that at times I can be a little abrasive, a little bossy. My daughter, very much the same. She's about to be out of school and home for the whole summer. We have a lot going on, but when I tell you that I am like mentally fortifying myself, I get along with her. We're great, usually. But I am also the enforcer in our house. I'm the strict one. And shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. His name is Paul. Amazing dad. Wonderful father. Wonderful husband. The best. But yeah, I'm the strict one. And so I saw this. I saw the arguing. I saw the house. I said, oh, girl. Also, though, we have the star, and we have a person over here praying. So I feel like what we're going to do, my dearest Virgo, is that when there is disharmony or strife, right? We had the strife card today. When there's disharmony or strife in the household, we are going to, as much as we can, right? As much as it can work this way, we are going to disengage and we are going to partake in whatever our spiritual techniques might be. Our grounding techniques, our centering techniques, prayer, meditation, intentional movement, hobbies, stimming, creating. Now, the star leads me to believe that we can redirect some of this energy. And it does. It feels like it's a little bit of chaotic energy, annoyed energy, frustrated energy. If we can somehow redirect this into a creative process, building a business, starting a hobby, starting some kind of something, right? My thing outside of work and the household and the family, I kind of accidentally started a play group, a little network of moms and kids and stuff, and through my daughter's activities and kind of the like moms that I don't know, that I felt like kind of have similar schedules and we all kind of vibe and all of that. So that's been my little outlet recently. A little fun thing. I'm fully immersed in mom life, you guys. I've become like the squarest the squarest lady ever. It's fun though. I love it. Let's do our lucky numbers. I like doing my readings in the morning. I feel like I'm just hanging out a little bit. I just had my coffee earlier. I'm on day 5 of no sodies. That's been hard. Okay, number 32 as our first lucky number. I'm interested in what everybody's got going on for this next season. We're coming up on the solstice pretty soon. If it's your summer or winter solstice, number 16, we have number 16. I'm just curious, like, what are you all doing? What are you interested in doing? Okay, number 81 as our third one, number 81. Our little thing that we're working on as a family this summer is, I told, my daughter and asked them to think of 3 things that they're interested in studying about this summer. And we're going to make a list. Each of us have 3 things. And then we're going to figure out how can we study it. And then how can we experience it in a practical way, right? Like my daughter wants to learn about how rescue works with animals. And so we've talked about, well, let's go volunteer at a shelter or a rescue or something, and, kind of let her see what that whole process is like. So, things like that. One of mine is going to be fossils, because listen, I want to go fossil hunting. I want to have a good reason to go fossil hunting. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to finish off here, Virgo. What is this? The indigo sage. Indigo sage affirmation cards. And I'm just going to go ahead. Ooh, that one fell out. Let's just do that one. It's at the top. All right, number 31, Sublime Symphony. Ooh, I like that. You are part of a chorus of peace. Celebrate life as an offering to divine love. As an offering to divine love. And then we're going to also do our inner child oracle cards. And these ones are so beautiful. I'm a huge fan of collage. And so when I see cards that have collage art on them, I'm like, all right, come on now. I love ya. All right, number 15, get lost. All right, get lost, Virgo. Fall deep into a realm of imagination. Deep into a realm of imagination. All right. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't pick favorites. I would never do that. You might be my favorite. I don't know. You are my kin. So thank you for being here. Thank you for deciding to spend this time with me. Our time is so precious. It's really the only thing that we have, and we really can't get back. So thank you for being here. I love you. I love you. I love you. And if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Tell me all about your plans for this year or season. Year, season, whatever you want to tell me. Also, do you do anything for the solstice? And if you do, let me know. I'm so interested in people's rituals, ceremonies, ways of celebrating and commemorating. So would love to hear from you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, a night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. We'll talk soon. Goodbye.